Hey guys, mx-17 here, bringing you my October 1st wind-up deck profile. Those in Matey didn't come off the list. That was kind of a bummer. I have made some changes between my last update and now that pretty changed the deck a lot, I think I should say. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So I'm starting off the basic wind-up engine. I got my 3 rabbits. I've got my 3 sharks. I've got my 3 rats. Got my magician, my warrior, and I'm also running 1 soldier. I've done this for a while, but as long as I'm having to play invoker and not carrier, I want to have more than 1 target so it doesn't become dead. So that's kind of why I'm running the soldier. And I don't like running 2 warriors because this just gives me a little more diversity. So yeah, there's my windups. That's pretty basic. You'll see that in pretty much every windup deck. The rest of my monsters, I've got 3 Tour Guide of the Underworlds. And to join them, I have 1 Skarm. Now, if you remember back in the day, when Tour Guide was the thing, people ran 3 Tour Guides in a Sandgun. They'd summon a Tour Guide, grab the Sandgun, detach the Sandgun, and get whatever they wanted from that. But then Sandgun got banned, and then they made a change in the rules where Xyz materials are no longer on the field. So Sandgun, if he did come back, wouldn't even activate from being detached, thus making him useless in this. Made me kind of sad. I went back to running double Tour Guide Bus. But then this card came out, Skarm. What Skarm does is when he is sent to the grave, at the end phase, I can search a level 3 fiend. Namely, this. So he bypasses the whole field to the grave thing that Sandgun has a problem with. So it basically acts like Sandgun, and getting at the end phase isn't a problem because I wasn't going to make a second one in that turn anyway, because I've already used my first normal summon to summon the original Tour Guide. So yeah, the original Tour Guide engine is about as powerful as it's ever going to get from here, because Sandgun can never be back, truly. So yeah, I'm really liking that. It's definitely making the deck a little bit faster, getting my 3s out easier. I'm just liking it. It's really nice. My other monsters, I got 1 card D. I had 2, but I cut 1 for something. You'll see later. And, I don't know, it's just nice, gives me a little extra speed. And my last monster, I got a Neospatian Grand Mole. Now, this card is just really great. I can stop all fusion chains by just knocking out the monster into the deck so it doesn't insert any spells and traps out of the grave to make another one immediately. Actually, really anything that goes out of the extra deck benefits from me playing this, because I can just knock it back and they have to lost all the resources that they put into it. So I really like this card. For my spells, I've got the pretty much mandatory 3 wind-up factories. Wind-up factory is very important. You want to get this so you can start your plays, really. It's the majority of your consistency. Getting this out and just adding stuff to your hand, especially with Rabbit, it's just great. You really need this card. There's really no reason not to play 3. I mean, it's not very expensive, so you really should do it. Next, I'm running 3 Mystical Space Typhoons. Some people don't. I've been willing to cut like 1 or 2 to put side deck cards in and the such in the past, but 3 is absolutely mandatory now because of how important and really just used Floodgate cards are. I mean, though most people don't run it, a Goes and Match really hurts this deck bad, and with Vanity's Emptiness running around all over the place, I really need this. Not to mention Quillhorts. Yeah, I think that's the new name they came up with it. Since they're pendulums, they can be destroyed by Mystical Space Typhoons. That's really awesome, and I need that to disrupt their pendulum summon plays. So yeah, 3 really needed. Next I'm playing the 1 Raigeki since it came back. And to join it, I'm playing 1 Dark Hole. Now, normally, you'd think there's no reason to play Dark Hole because Raigeki is everything Dark Hole is and better. That's true. But I really want to try Dark Hole out with Raigeki. It probably won't be necessary, and I'll probably just cut it for my second card D. But I really want to try it out. So yeah. So far, Raigeki's working really well. It's nice. Dark Hole is used like 1 most of the time anyway, so it doesn't really change much. I like it. My other one-ofs, I've got the 1 Mind Control. Like I've stated in my last update, the most popular decks of the format are now Stuff Monsters whose levels I can take and use. Shadal's gives me 3 4s and 5s. Stellar Knights gives me 4s, and Burning Abyss gives me 3s. Yeah, so it's once again very useful and kind of an underrated card. More people should use. 1 Book of Moon because it's Book of Moon and it's good. I mean, the more skilled you are, the better the card is. I just like Book of Moon. It's just a great card. Next, something that I've been putting off for a really long time, 1 Soul Charge. Now, I initially didn't play Soul Charge because in an Xyz deck I have to pay twice as much to get the same monster as everyone else because Xyz require you to put stuff into it, which I didn't like, so I opted not to play it. But I decided to try it out now because I can get Rat, which is technically a 1-card Xyz, so yeah. Next, I got the 1 Duality Pot. It gives me some consistency, but I don't like multiples because, once again, as I've stated before, special summon, not being able to special summon can really hurt this deck unless I'm just going to play with Rabbit. So yeah. Also, 1 Pot of Dichotomy. I have a real love-hate relationship with this card. It helped get Avarice banned, which I really, really loved, but I can't not play it because I need the recovery it gives me. And I don't have room for Daigusto Emerald, not to mention I don't have it anymore, which is kind of sad. So yeah. On to my traps. I've got 2 copies of Fiendish Chain. Breakthrough Scale is looking to be the better one, I guess, effect negator of this format, but I'm going to keep trying out my chains, mainly because I don't have 2 copies of Breakthrough Scale, I only have 1. So yeah. And it's working fine for now. Next, got the 1 Deep Prison. I cut my Mirror Forces to cut down on my monster destruction. And it's overall a really great card. It stops lots of stuff that would normally plus off me destroying with Mirror Force. So I like having it around. Next, we got 1 Trap Stun, probably my favorite trap that we have to play. That's not like one of the big 4 per se. I absolutely love Trap Stun. It lets me get stuff off that I want. I don't have to deal with my opponent's crap when I don't feel like it. Trap Stun is awesome. Next, I got the 1 Pinpoint Guard. Just something I've always liked playing around with. It helps where it really shines where Mirror Force couldn't because it doesn't destroy and will protect me for an entire turn, and the monster I get can be used later for cheaper Xyz, which is great. And 1 of each of the big 4. I got my Compulse, my Bottomless, my Torrential, and my Solemn Warning. All really great cards. Compulse is arguably one of the better. I mean, you can't really beat Solemn Warning because it can do whatever the frick it wants. But Compulse, I'd say, out of the others, is definitely becoming the best because I can just knock out things that normally be destroyed. I can basically use like my Neospatian Grand Mole and just stop Shadal Fusions from continuing their chain. I can just stop anything that would normally go to the grave and disrupt it. I love this card. This card's alright. It's always been a great card for windups, but Destruction is not all that high right now. Bottomless Trap Hole, it's always had the problem of sending it to the grave first, so it technically doesn't fix the problem, but I guess if you just want the monster to be gone and you don't care how, it's your man. It always will be. So yeah, that's my main deck. On to my extra deck. I've got, for my 3s, 1 Windup Zen Mains. I just like it over Ancient. I don't know, I just never really felt like playing Engineer over my Zen Mains, partially because it's so sparkly. 1 Invoker, because until Zemadi comes back, I'm going to have to deal with this watered down version. It can't grab all my windups, but it can grab Soldier and Warrior, so it works kind of the same. It'll perform the same plays, so yeah. 1 Leviair, mostly for the combo, but because stuff like Shadal's is banned. Well, anyway, the Shadal. I'm seeing a lot of black and white dragon versions of Shadal's, so I'm seeing a lot of banishing, so I can usually grab stuff with Leviair, so that's pretty cool, but it's mainly here just for the combo, like I said before. 1 Leviathan, because it just gives me a quick beat stick, which I really need sometimes. And 1 Alucard. I don't know if I'll keep this, but it is nice to have. Just getting rid of extra sets. Kinda depressed that it got reprinted, though. 1 Photon. Pappy, pretty much solely for the combo. There's really no real use for it, because it triggers the stuff it flips up. 1 Gaga Cowboy, 800 for a game. There's no reason to play it for anything else, really. 1 Abyss Dweller. It's amazing, because the grave is so important now. I can stop my Shadal effect. I can stop Shadal effects from going off, and Burning Abyss effects from going off. It's just so good. I love it, love it, love it. Especially since I can boost it to 22 because of Shark. one DD Wolf. I'm getting a lot of destruction stuff, so this is starting to fall out. But DD Wolf Rabbit is still an amazing combo, basically turning it into basically making its effect destroy one card your opponent controls per turn, which is really awesome. Thanks to good old Rabbit. Next, I got my Honor Arc. It's amazing. That's why I bought it pretty much the moment it came out, because I knew it was going to be freaking amazing. Got reprinted, so I don't really plus off having gotten it cheaper anymore, so it's whatever. But it's an amazing card. Probably one of I'd say it's the best 4, because Exciton Knight can't be used in everything. I have one, so I mean I could play it if I want. So it's not that I'm just too cheap. It's just that I don't think it's really worth playing this deck, especially since, kind of like with my deal with Heavy Storm, I can't really get behind it in this deck because I need my factories, and that'll destroy my factories. So it'd be a really, really desperate play that if it goes wrong, it would absolutely destroy me. But to complement my one, I have a Castell, a new card that's come out. It's really great. The only difference is it spins instead of sucking up the monster, but that's alright. It can also Mace Stroke them face down if you want. But if you do that, you can't do the other one. Basically, 2 uses of flipping down or 1 use of spinning, so do whatever you want. It's a great card. My 5's got my 1 Tyrus, just Tyrus. My 1's in Mayo to help back row stuff, which is alright. My 1 my Volcasaurus for Volca Charger. It's amazing. One of the best plays the deck still got, if not the best play. So, yeah, I can pretty much knock out over half my opponent's life points in one go, just by blowing the monster up, Volking it into direct damage. It's just great. And my 1 this to level up any of these, particularly Volcasaurus for Volca Charger. So, yeah, that was my wind-up deck as of now. So if you like it, like, comment, subscribe, all that other stuff. If you think there's something I should add, something I shouldn't add, something I should change, I probably just repeat myself, but whatever. Please tell me in the comments if you do all that stuff that you viewers are supposed to do. Goodbye. Roman X17 signing out.